kicking back on this summer breeze.
Good afternoon, folks, and here is Double K coming at you with a new look, as you can see. Ta-da! A brand new look for this weekend basketball. This week, I will be discussing, as usual, the top three teams in each conference, what the impact of what they've done so far in the season going to have later on. I'll discuss your league leaders with you. I'll discuss your top stories of the week. Sometimes those things may cross over, sometimes they may not. This week right now, we're taking a look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, who I'm recording this on Christmas Day, had just had a successful victory over the Golden State Warriors and proving or continuing their dominance from the finals from last year, and did it in an impressive fashion. But Cleveland is a team that's going to be hurting with J.R. Smith out for a couple of months, and could be a team that could fall out of the first place spot if they continue to have that up and down flux. Toronto is coming on hot, and that's the next team I'm going to be talking about. All right, the next team I'm taking a look at is the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors sit at 21-8, 11-5. They're number 2, 11-5 at home. They're number 2 in the Eastern Conference. They are 10-3 on the road and 5-0 within their own division. They're winners of 3 straight. DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, and them boys are out there balling. I believe they added DeMar Carroll either this past offseason or season before that, and he's seeming to blend in well. This is a team that I expect to go far. This is actually a team that I expect to challenge LeBron and company for that NBA title, in the fact that, or not NBA title, but in the fact that they took them to 7 games last year, damn near, and until LeBron took over in Game 6, and I think they could do the same again this year. The Raptors keep seeming to get better at every turn. That happy little Irishman down there in the corner means that I'm talking about the Boston Celtics. The Celtics currently sit at 17-13, a few games behind Toronto for the number 2 seed. In the 3 seed, they're 6-6 at home, 11-7 on the road, 4-1 within their own division, and have lost 1 straight. But with their win this morning over the Knicks, they now won 1 straight. This is a team that's going to have its ups and downs. They're still fairly young. Even their coach, the head coach from Butler, Brad Stevens, is still kind of young to the NBA, and I think that he will get better, and so will the Celtics. I've always said that this was a team just like that Big 3 team from a few years ago that scares me in the sense that they can challenge LeBron and give him a run for his money. We'll see if LeBron can handle them come playoff time, but right now they're just a bunch of kids playing some basketball and hoping to make the playoffs. But right now they're number 3 seed out of the East. All right, and the next team I'm talking about today is the Golden State Warriors. Like I mentioned earlier, they took that loss on today to the Cleveland Cavaliers in a close one, 109-108, but they still are what can be considered the best team in basketball. They move the ball better than any team in basketball. They score more points than any team in basketball. Defensively, they're top 5, top 10. So the Warriors sit at 27-5, 12-2 at home, 15-3 on the road, 6-1 within their division, and have lost 1. That does not mean that the Warriors are going anywhere as far as not going to the NBA Finals or anything along those lines. It just means that the Warriors hit a hiccup in the road, and now they have to get better. Next up, I will be talking about the team that's playing currently, which is the San Antonio Spurs. Now, them Spurs, they're a special team and a team that I really fear could beat the Warriors before they even get to the playoffs, or not the playoffs, but to the NBA Finals. But I think that the Warriors have just enough firepower, and I think that the opening win obliteration of the Dubs was a kind of an anomaly. San Antonio sits at 24-6, 8-4 at home, 16-2 on the road, 6-1 within their division, and winners of 1 straight, hoping to win their 2nd straight today. They are, guys, the biggest threat because they have everything that the Warriors don't on the inside, present with Pau Gasol and LaMarcus Aldridge. Plus, they have enough to kind of sort of try to match the Dubs at the point and shooting guard positions. As the Warriors get better, will this change? Maybe, maybe not. But I know that the Spurs are the number 1 threat to the Dubs even reaching the NBA Finals, so we'll keep an eye on them. The third team in the West is the Los Angeles Clippers, led by Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan, they look to try to challenge the Warriors not only for the Western Conference but for the division title as well. They sit at 22-9, right behind the Warriors. They play later on tonight, Christmas night. They've 11-5 at home, 11-4 on the road, so they're pretty even as far as their record home and away. They're 2-1 within their division. It kind of surprised me that they've only played 3 division games this date, 30 games into the season, almost halfway through the season statistically. They're losers of 1 straight, but I think they'll turn that around tonight and get the win. The Clippers are an amazing team, and they will get better, but I just don't think they have enough in them to beat the Warriors. Blake Griffin isn't consistent enough, neither is DeAndre Jordan, but at this point in the season, they're a strong 3 seed, and I think they could even move up to the number 2 and challenge the Spurs for the number 2, but I doubt, unless the Warriors go on a huge slide, I doubt they're challenging the Dubs for the 1 spot. All right, guys, for our next segment, we're going to be talking about the league leaders. As you can see, we got the little scrolling sideshow there. Sorry. You got a little scrolling sideshow right down there. We got Russell Westbrook leading the league in points at 31.8 a game. We got James Harden leading the league in assists at 11.9. Hassan Whiteside still dominating, averaging almost 15 points a game. Chris Paul's averaging close to 2.5 steals per game. Whereas Anthony Davis is still averaging almost 3 blocks a game. All of these guys are impact players. Westbrook's, I believe, averaging still about 10 rebounds a game and 10.6 assists. He's number 2, right behind Harden. Harden averaging a double-double with at least 15 to 20, or I believe 19 to 20 points a game. I believe he's closer to 22 to 25 mark. Hassan Whiteside's averaging a double-double a game, averaging about 10, 11 points a game and 14 rebounds. 15 to 17 points a game and 15 rebounds. All of these guys make impact for their team and will be players that in the future will prove that one player can make the difference come playoff time. Now, if you think that's not true, just check out the players that led the league in a lot of things last year. Steph Curry led the league in points. Draymond Green led his team in assists and was in the top 10 in rebounds. These are players. I will say that Anthony Davis is a repeat blocks per game leader, but I think that he may see an upseat for at least a little bit during the season and end up taking it back over towards the end. Lastly, we'll be talking about the top stories of the day. All right, the top stories include J.R. Smith breaking his hand and not being able to play for the next few months. Obviously something that hurts the Cavs, but not too much after today's performance. Congrats to Draymond Green, another man who played today, who got the ultimate Christmas present from his wife in the form of his first child. Draymond was very happy, took a game off earlier this week, came back for the Warriors' last game and to play in this game. He was very emotional this game, but hopefully being a father will calm him down a little bit. And lastly, let me just say mwah and Merry Christmas to all of you whenever you're watching this, whether you celebrated Christmas last week, whether or not you celebrate Hanukkah, etc. Happy holidays to you from 4 Aces Presents. I've been Double K. I'll check you later.